impressive. He said easy, the footwork. I've never seen
positions that he's
Pacquiao trying to get inside and go to the body, and Emmanuel's up at an angle robs you of power, does it not?
Yes, it does.
So he has a better chance.
Some fights are about belts. This one was about justice. Manny Pacquiao, boxing's humble warrior, faced Antonio Margarito, a disgraced former champion caught cheating the sport. Margarito mocked Pacquiao's team and promised destruction. What he got was a brutal lesson. On fight night, Pacquiao didn't just win. He punished Margarito for every wrong. Speed, power, and precision became karma in gloves. Antonio Margarito was once celebrated as one of boxing's most relentless pressure fighters. A proud Mexican warrior with an iron chin and a relentless motor, he carved out his reputation with an aggressive style and granite toughness. His defining moment came in July 2008 when he scored the biggest win of his career, an 11th round stoppage of the previously unbeaten Miguel Cotto. Margarito's relentless assault wore Cotto down until the Puerto Rican star was forced to take a knee, battered and bloodied. Margarito's victory elevated him to superstar status, but whispers soon followed. A year later, before his fight against Shane Mosley in 2009, officials found illegal plaster-like inserts inside his hand wraps. He was caught red-handed, suspended for a year, and the boxing world questioned how long he had been cheating and how many fighters had suffered under his loaded fists. By 2010, Manny Pacquiao was already a living legend, having conquered 7 weight divisions and toppled names like Oscar de la Hoya, Ricky Hatton, and Miguel Cotto. Pacquiao was universally recognized as boxing's pound-for-pound king. A ferocious southpaw with blinding speed, devastating power, and a warrior's heart, he was both a phenomenon inside the ring and a beloved figure outside it. In addition to being a world champion, Pacquiao had been elected to the Philippine Congress. Yet despite his fame and accolades, he remained grounded, humble, respectful, and fiercely disciplined. Against Antonio Margarito, Pacquiao wasn't just fighting for another belt. He was fighting to deliver justice for the sport he loved. In the lead-up to the November 2010 fight, Margarito and his camp disrespected Pacquiao and his trainer Freddie Roach on a personal level. Videos surfaced showing Margarito and stablemate Brandon Rios mocking Roach's Parkinson's disease, cruelly imitating his involuntary tremors. Pacquiao, typically stoic and respectful, took note. Margarito's trash talk was relentless. He said Pacquiao was afraid. He promised to beat him down with uppercuts, body shots, and right hands. Margarito dismissed Pacquiao's speed and predicted he would overpower the smaller man. The trash talk was deafening, but Pacquiao didn't fire back with words. He stayed silent, focused, and prepared to deliver his message the only way he knew how, inside the ring. At the weigh-in, Pacquiao came in at 144.6 pounds, well below the 150-pound catchweight limit. Margarito weighed in at 150, but by fight night, Margarito rehydrated to a massive 165 pounds, making him 17 pounds heavier than Pacquiao. Margarito had a 4.5-inch height advantage and a 6-inch reach advantage. He was, physically, the largest man Pacquiao had ever faced in the ring. Yet there was no fear in Pacquiao's eyes. His strategy was clear: use speed, angles, and volume to dismantle the Mexican brawler. Despite the size disadvantage, Pacquiao was confident that his skill set would nullify Margarito's physicality. He had fought and defeated bigger men before. This would be no different. From the opening bell, Pacquiao's superior speed was on full display. He darted in and out of range, snapping Margarito's head back with lightning-quick jabs and straight left hands. Margarito tried to establish his jab and cut off the ring, but Pacquiao's footwork and angles made him nearly impossible to trap. In round 2, Pacquiao landed a vicious left uppercut that split Margarito's high guard and began the damage to his right eye. By round 3, Pacquiao was mixing in body shots, exploiting Margarito's slow reactions. Margarito managed to land a few shots to Pacquiao's ribs when he backed into the ropes, but the Filipino icon answered every exchange with sharp counters. By the end of round 3, it was clear Margarito was in for a long, painful night. As the fight moved into rounds 4 through 6, Pacquiao's dominance became brutal. He battered Margarito with combinations, doubling and tripling up on his left hand, drilling uppercuts through his guard, and circling out before Margarito could return fire. In round 4, Margarito's right eye began swelling shut from the relentless punishment. By round 6, Pacquiao had opened a deep gash under the same eye. Margarito continued pressing forward, but his shots were slower and more desperate. Pacquiao's hand speed was blinding, and his punch variety was dazzling. Whether upstairs or to the body, Pacquiao was landing at will. He was carving Margarito up like a surgeon, precise, ruthless, and methodical. In round 7, Margarito mounted his best defense of the fight. He pinned Pacquiao on the ropes and landed hard body shots that appeared to slow the smaller man. The crowd roared as Margarito unleashed hooks to the ribs, reminiscent of his assault on Miguel Cotto 2 years prior. But Pacquiao weathered the storm, then fired back with pinpoint counters. In round 8, Pacquiao unleashed a furious barrage that left Margarito staggering. He drilled Margarito with uppercuts and overhand lefts that snapped his head back violently. Margarito's face was now grotesquely swollen, his right eye nearly shut. Yet he continued plodding forward, absorbing punishment most fighters would have collapsed from. It was courage, or stubbornness, that kept Margarito standing. But Pacquiao wasn't done. By round 10, Margarito's face was an unrecognizable mask of swelling and blood. Pacquiao was landing combinations at will, left crosses, right hooks, and blazing flurries that snapped Margarito's head around like a rag doll. Pacquiao, showing mercy, repeatedly looked to the referee as if to say, "Stop this," but the referee let it continue. Roach pleaded with Pacquiao to stay off the ropes, but Pacquiao defied him, choosing to engage Margarito toe-to-toe at times. Even as Margarito tried to rally, Pacquiao punished him with pinpoint accuracy. In round 12, Pacquiao coasted. He had nothing left to prove. Margarito's eyes were both nearly swollen shut, and his orbital bone had fractured. Pacquiao won every round on the scorecards. The final bell ended a one-sided beatdown. Pacquiao landed an astonishing 474 punches, with 411 being power shots. Margarito was hospitalized immediately after the fight. Doctors confirmed a fractured right orbital bone. He required surgery to insert a titanium plate to repair the damage. Margarito's career never recovered. He fought once more, a 2011 rematch with Miguel Cotto, and lost by stoppage. He retired shortly after. Meanwhile, Pacquiao became boxing's first and only 8-division world champion. More importantly, he walked away having delivered a masterclass in boxing, a punishing yet controlled performance that showed why he was the sport's biggest star. The Pacquiao-Margarito fight wasn't just about belts and records. It was about respect. Margarito had cheated the sport, and on that night in Texas, Pacquiao made him pay. He didn't just win. He dismantled Margarito. He punished him for every rule broken, every line crossed, and every cruel word spoken. And he did it with class, showing mercy when he could have finished Margarito and pleading with the referee to end the punishment. That night, Manny Pacquiao was more than a fighter. He was a symbol of justice. And Antonio Margarito left the ring not just defeated, but broken inside and out. Manny Pacquiao versus Antonio Margarito was a fight about more than titles. It was about honor, integrity, and karma. Margarito disrespected the sport and paid the price. Pacquiao, ever the warrior, delivered justice in the most brutal, masterful way imaginable. If you want more stories of legends rising and villains falling, like this video, comment with your favorite Pacquiao moment, and subscribe to Legends of the Octagon. We bring you the battles that made history and the fighters who became legends. Stay tuned. The next legend is always just one punch away.